Women in their mid-30s are using traditional dating apps in the hopes of finding a life partner who can provide a secure financial future and help them start a family. In the past, when most women did not walk the streets as merchandise, and when men were generally ignorant of women and the legal system, older women might have found older men willing to marry them. Despite this, these men have learned the hard way not to settle down with elderly women due to their own painful experiences with divorce, child support battles, marriages lacking in intimacy, and numerous rejections. Men, however, began to see through the deception when they witnessed loved ones being wrongfully convicted in family court and when their own ostensibly loving wives turned on them out of unhappiness and greed. Despite men's increasing independence, some middle-aged and older women still use online dating sites to look for male attention and validation they aren't getting from their current or former partners. While younger women were praised and validated for adopting the modern woman narrative and being assured that a man would always be there in their late 30s and 40s, this praise and validation pale in comparison to what they received in their early 20s. They were permitted to act silly and flirt with their male classmates. If you put your head down and work hard, you will meet the man who will make your career his life's mission. Men, however, have become weary of pursuing women and thus no longer do so. And if they aren't settling down with them because they know the history of these independent women. Women tried to get all the men they wanted by making self-assured men defensive, but this tactic backfired and paved the way for modern casual dating. The widespread adoption of social media and dating apps heralded the beginning of the end for more conventional approaches to making new friends and forming romantic relationships. There wouldn't be so many middle-aged and up women using dating apps to find a life partner if there weren't so many people interested in meeting new people. Keep in mind, too, exactly who it was that was instrumental in kicking off the modern-day gathering scene. Despite what you may have heard, it was women who ruined dating in the future for women. All of this was done so that they could date the men they secretly admired and have a good time doing it. With that length of time, we hope to see dedication. That being the case, I guess I'm asking the older women who hastened the end of the dating era whether they think it was worth it. Unfortunately, these mothers have contributed to the decline of dating and relationships because their daughters, now in their late 20s to early and mid-30s, are in the same position, looking for a good man to settle down with after failing to follow in their mother's footsteps. A nasty divorce like that is right there. Because no one wants to get married, and no man would want to marry a woman who has been pursued by dozens of other men. No one there is interested in getting married. Men will no longer risk their financial security on a woman who cares only about him for his money. It's safe to assume that no man would want to settle down with a woman who only sees them because she's been turned down by everyone else. Women of a certain age are coming to terms with the fact that men today are no longer naive and are willing to live happily single. Women of a certain age on dating apps today are the same women who were once expected to be strong, independent, and successful. The same group of wine-loving women are at it again, this time spreading their negativity in cyberspace. Keep in mind that these ladies have had years to try to learn some Western ways and find a decent man. It's safe to assume that many of these ladies have been down this aisle before. However, they are assured that they can outpace their husbands. Men have caught on, so now these seasoned ladies have to work to find a life partner. Never mind feeling sorry for these ladies. They put themselves in harm's way on purpose to strengthen their negotiating position. The reality for most of these post-war women, however, was a man who wasn't ready to settle down with them. Why would a man in today's economy, when another recession is likely and times are tough, choose to date an older woman when there are so many attractive young women available to him right now? There is no age restriction on who a wealthy man can date, so he can choose between dating a young, beautiful woman or an experienced elder. Why would a man want to spend more money on a woman who is in poor health and seeking a serious commitment? None of these ladies is deserving of your pity. Instead, sparingly and calmly use your veins for training. Women are solely responsible for this mess they've gotten themselves into by initiating divorces and running off with other men in search of happiness. It takes a lot of desperation on both sides to make a long-term commitment to an older woman who has spent decades giving her time and body to other men while ignoring you in your prime. When using a dating app, please exercise caution. These mature women are not interested in you as a wife, but rather as a source of income that they can use to care for themselves in old age. They didn't treat you well when they were younger, but they see you as a good choice now that they're older. They are, in fact, only attempting to hold you captive, gentlemen. I recently came across an article discussing the phenomenon of older women being left alone online. According to the article, women shouldn't bother with online dating because men gravitate toward younger women and people over a certain age are too eager to settle down. These women are less likely to give men a second chance because of their age, life experiences, and desire for a long-term, stable relationship. The article claims that women in their 40s and 50s have more sexual experience and can therefore provide men with greater pleasure, but men are much more likely to pursue these women. It's clear that men prefer younger women to those in their 40s and 50s when using dating apps. Who on earth wouldn't have seen this coming? But they only have themselves to blame for this mess they're in. When advising young men, I always stress the importance of maintaining a safe distance from women, especially those who are much older than you. They feel they missed out on dating you when you were younger but would like another chance now that they are ready to settle down. Poor us, it's too late now. The guys are wise to the game and won't play along anymore. That's all for today, guys. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons to get more content from me. See you next time.